Oh yeah, she looking fine as a motherfucker. I know we got this light right around this. Woo! What up, what up, what up? I think I had some in the corner of my mouth. What up, what up, what up? What's... Okay. What up, what up, what up? What's happening? Que lo que miente? Hope all is well and all the passport ready or passport getting ready. Welcome to Love, Purpose, and Passports. I am Mr. Pro for you. Y'all know who this is. The beautiful. Woo! Mi esposa. Miss Pro for you around here. Yeah. Today's show is about a young brother we had the opportunity to meet who has now become our nephew. What up, nephew? We are so happy we were able to help this young brother on his journey to create a new life for himself. Moving to Santo Domingo, La Capital. The brother is only 28 years old. Man, I wish I was making moves like that when I was 28. This brother is making moves, right?
Yeah.
He's handling up, and we proud of him. His name is Day, and if you speak Spanish, we call him El Dia. They call him El Dia.
Already.
We were so hyped. We're so hyped now because he was so hyped when we met him and we started giving this information. He lit up, didn't he?
He did. It was so much fun. Our first consultation, we had spoke to him before the consultation, and we asked him, to let us know what he was interested in so we can do some research and prepare like an information packet. So when we had our first consultation with him, he was so cool. He was so attentive. When we would speak to him, his face would be real serious. And then when we would hit like certain points of interest, all you would see were his little eyebrows do this. Yep. It was so much fun. Every time you would say something, his eyebrows would go
lit up.
Like, whoa, We had a great time in the consultation. We did.
We're so proud of how he moves, how he thinks, and his whole approach to moving to Santo Domingo, La Capital. Mm-hmm. He should have his YouTube channel up soon, and we know he's going to be producing some great content. Average man. Saw you in Barranquilla, dog. Don't sleep on the island. This young brother, he was here for 7 days. Here for a week. And his ears was bleeding. You know why? Because before he got here, his smile was this big. Kind of like yours.
Oh.
But when he touched down, he started looking around the airport about what he was about to be seeing. Then his smile got about this big. But about 2 or 3 days later, when he called us, that thing was wrapped all the way around to the back of his head and split both his ears in two. So now he just got 4 pieces of ear. Bruh.
What?
Don't sleep on the island. I know you've been hearing all this stuff around here, but you got a whole lot of blessings you're going to miss walking around here. Link up with the brother and see what time it is. Because he got a new perspective and, young single brother out here doing his thing. Don't sleep on it. Don't be contaminated by what you're hearing, brother, because it's a young brother here that I'm telling you, you'll see. He says he's about that life now. And we can tell. We talk to him every day. His nickname is Every Day. How you say that in Spanish? Dia todo?
Todos los días.
Todos los días. So, without further ado, the brother sent us an update on his first 7 days here. And Take a look at him. Oh, and don't forget, because we always forget. Like and subscribe.
Hello, yes, my name is Deardia, and I'm doing a promotion to Love, Purpose, and Passports. My brother, my sister, that's my uncle, that's my auntie right there. When I tell y'all, I did 2 consultations with them before I came to Santo Domingo because I'm only 28 years old and I have my own personal small businesses, but I didn't have any money put away inside retirement. So I wanted to come somewhere where I could cut the cost but improve my quality of living compared to the way that I was living in the United States. Now, the biggest thing that I was harping on is safety, what type of community I should live in and, housing and different things like that. And they were able to help me look for apartments. They had different types of websites that they referred me to. And they also showed me different areas to move in prior to me getting here so I can, be touched up on basis, looking at it through Google Maps. And so that once I got here, I was quickly able to catch my bearings on being in a whole nother place. The biggest thing that they did do was when it was time for me to arrive, they also have arrival packages, and it's just where they're able to come to the airport and pick you up. I remember I was coming through the airport, and he was like, "Man, we're gonna be out there waiting for you on the catwalk," and I'm like, "Man, what's the catwalk? What's going on?" And when I shoot up out of there, when I tell you it was so many different people right there, and they was all stirring, and I'm like, "Oh, he's about to go down, baby. What's happening?" And I seen them and stuff, and I was like, "Oh man, that's them." And I went over and spoke to him, and it was a very good, joyful moment for me. One of the craziest things is when you're looking at these videos and you see him and his wife, you have no idea that man, they are super tall. I'm only 5'5", so when I seen him, I was like, Lord have mercy. I said, man, I didn't realize you was this tall. He's like, man, the videos that I got. But besides all of that, man, it was a very joyful moment. They actually, when they picked me up, we got in the car and all that, shot out, and they took me to my apartment that I'll be staying in, and they was showing me different places to eat that are very cost effective so that I wouldn't be overspending and different things like that. One of the biggest things that they did do was they did make sure that I was well settled in once we got to the apartment. They actually sat there and waited and stuff for the landlord to come in and show me different things and make sure everything was going to be on the up and up. And that's one thing I will say, they never did just, take my money and just leave me out there. They didn't do it. It was nothing like that. They actually have helped me every way on my journey. I actually speak to them daily. Almost every day I'm kind of explaining to them different things I got going on and different places that I'm going to go see and that I'm going to be filming at, and they have been a very motivating factor for me to be able to settle down in this whole new place. They actually helped me get registered for the school that I'll be attending so that I can learn the language and learn the culture to better navigate my new lifestyle and to be able to intertwine with a whole nother group of people who have different customs and courtesies that are different than my own. Now, the people who are very friendly and they're very accepting. And one of the things that you do need to know about being in Santo Domingo is they do not care if you're an American. They don't care who you are or where you're from. As long as you're not causing any issues, causing any problems, and you're a very open-minded person to be able to understand what's accepted and what's not accepted, you're going to be fine. But the very moment you start swaying out them ways or whatever the case may be is when you have problems. And like the community that I live in, they have a noise ordinance violation. You can't be doing everything. They not with that. And I respect that because I'm in somebody else's backyard. And you wouldn't want anybody from another country just showing up in your backyard and they just out there and la vida loca, you know what I'm saying, partying and acting the fool. And so I got plenty of respect for that. And in fact, I work from home. So as much peace as I can get to be able to conduct my own business is something that I'm very much in favor for myself. So one of the biggest things that I can say about the consultations is you have to be upfront with them on what it is that you want to do and what your expectations are. Because a lot of individuals have I'm gonna just say their hopes are too high. They're like, hey man, I want something that's $2,000, but I want to pay $200. Now you can pay rent. The lowest rent that I was offered was $100, and you can pay that easily. But the issue is going to be when you don't understand the culture and you don't understand the language. That's going to be the biggest problem that you have, because when you looking at something that's rent that low, even with the rent that I'm paying $400 a month, no one around you speaks English. No one around you speaks English at all. And I explained this to a lot of individuals that I've met online about wanting to move here. You need to learn the language, you need to learn the culture so that you don't have any problems and you're not bumping heads with anyone. You don't want to get to somewhere and be disrespecting the local community and not understand that you're disrespecting them, because respect goes a long way, especially in Latin communities where they're very traditional and very family oriented. You can go outside my apartment right now and see nothing but families and kids running up and down the street playing and going in and out the supermercado. You have the individuals who come up and down with fruits and vegetables and different things like that on the back of the truck, selling it to the locals and everything like that. So I live in a very working class of Dominican community. One of the things that we can say about my process is that it has been smooth. If I would have never got the consultation, I would have been in a world of hurt. I would have had a lot of problems. I'm gonna explain that to you why that is, and that's because if you are not fluent in Spanish, you're not going to know what the price of certain things are. You're not going to know how to count pesos, because when you are interacting with people who do not speak the same language as you and you're having this type of culture and language barrier, it's not that somebody is trying to get over on you. It's just you're getting over on yourself because you don't understand that you're overpaying. You don't understand that this is that and this is that. And so when you're just out there and you got what you conceive to be a small amount of money, which is a large amount of money here, $100 is, I think, maybe a little bit over 4,500 pesos. And you don't need $100 worth of pesos in your pocket to go walk around and pay for food and stuff when the typical Dominican plate is only $10. So you got 4,000, almost 5,000 pesos in your pocket, and you just spending. You're giving out, spending, not even understanding you're overpaying, and nobody's going to tell you, oh man, well, you ain't got to give me this much of a tip, because they live off tips. You know what I'm saying? They're not getting paid salary to serve anybody in these places. They literally live off tips. So if you're giving out $200, $500 pesos in tips, man, nobody's saying anything. Of course they're happy and they're glad that they're getting it, because that's their job and they're giving you the utmost best respect and service. And I always promote people to tip your Uber drivers, tip your doorman, the people who bring you your laundry, your maintenance people whenever they need to come do little things. I know in the United States, tipping is one of those situations where it's a love-hate, but when you get to another country where people are literally living off tips, that's the norm. You should be tipping. And being that 50 pesos is literally less than $1, you can afford to tip. You can afford to tip, and the average tip is 50 pesos. Hell, I pay my Uber drivers 60 pesos, regardless of coming and going or whatever the case may be. That's what I tip. That's the norm here, 50 to 60 pesos. Even if you're in a restaurant, they'll let you know, 50 to 60 is the norm. But if you don't speak the language, you're not going to be able to understand that. And you'll be sitting there, oh, well, I gave them 500. And they're like, hold on, what? I gave them 1,000. You gave them 1,000? Hey, you gave them more than what your meal was cost. You know what I'm saying? But throughout it all, it's always welcome to tip. So don't be the type who doesn't do it because the next gringos that come around and they're dealing with these same individuals may not get the same amount of good service that you have received because of the actions and the bad taste that you left in the locals' mouth. So learning the language, learning the culture, actually intermingling with the native people who are already here is very, very important, especially if you plan on being here for an extended amount of time. If you're just here for a couple of days, you go into one of the little small towns, Sasua, Putacana, then, you know what I'm saying, do with it as you will. You're going to get the experience that you want, and that's why I always say you got to know what type of individual that you are, what type of man that you want to be, because there's so many different things that you can do here to improve upon yourself, as little as going to the local universities. Costs $5,000 a year, and that's everything. $5,000 a year. That's so affordable that you can go and learn anything that you want to learn to improve upon yourself. If you want to go and let's say, you want to get into making a construction business or whatever the case may be, you just want to start a business. Well, if you want a storefront is going to run you $150, $200 a month just to have a storefront. And I'm talking about you can have a storefront downtown. And it really depends on location, because it is developing. There's a lot of communities getting built up. So if you're somebody who's very business oriented, somebody who's a go-getter type individual, like, man, I want to take this and I want to do that. I want to be able to make some money, but also save money. This is very much a very good place to be. Like I said before, I live in an upper class community, and it's really a working Dominican class, but my rent's only $400 and includes fully furnished, all the utilities, Wi-Fi, security. And I'm within walking distance to 2 supermercados. I have 10 restaurants within walking distance. I have probably 8 small little pequeño tiendas. It's just some small local stores. They would be sort of like bodegas, and they got fruits, vegetables, drinks, whatever the case it is that you want. They're just like your local community stores back in the United States. They have all those different things within a small area, and it's crazy because you will see the apartment buildings, and you have the apartments at the top, and then you have tiendas at the bottom, and then you might have some restaurantes to the left of it, or whatever the case may be. You might even have a car garage that does changing of tires, and he might be on the back side of the apartment. So literally everything that you could want and need is right there in a small, centralized location, and you don't have to go far to be able to use these resources. And when it comes to transportation, I would promote using Uber and using DD Driver. And the reason why that is because it only costs $10 to go an hour on Uber. Where are you going that's going to take longer than an hour to get there when everything is right in front of you? $10 is very affordable. And most of the time I pay $3 on Uber, and that's including the tip, because I'm not really going far. I might go to a couple of stores that have very cheap merchandise for sale or whatever, just to get some presents for family and send them back and stuff like that. They do have a lot of luxury here, but there's no use in buying it or even coming here wearing Gucci or anything like that, because the locals don't even wear it. It's not something that is, people are running around screaming, ranting, and raving about fashion. But one thing that is the truth is that your appearance is everything here. The way that you carry yourself, the way that you look, and the way that you dress is very, very important, because they're going to treat you based off the way that you carry yourself. If you walking around here and you looking crazy and you got an attitude and you the type of person that, you got a chip on your shoulder, you ready to fight at any given time, you worried about somebody trying to scam you or somebody targeting you, oh yeah, people are going to avoid you. But then, every community got somebody waiting to see somebody just like that. So keep that in mind. Just like in the United States, you in the wrong neighborhood doing the wrong things, there's always somebody out there willing to pull that card real quick. And being that you in somebody else's backyard, please come humble, please come with an open mind, and please be peaceful. keep a smile on your face. You are literally living in paradise. I'm living the dreams that people have in the United States. I'm living somewhere where people pay thousands of dollars to come to once a year. I get to do this every day, all the time. I go to any beaches that I want for $10. 500 pesos I can get from Santo Domingo to Sosua for $10. And that's getting on the Caribes Express, the Punta Cana Expressos, and just getting around how the local community gets around. You can save a whole lot of money. You don't really need much to actually live here. If you have $5,000, you can make a very clean and smooth transition here. That'll be enough to pay up rent for a couple of months. You can actually have, what I would do is, and this is what I did, I went ahead and I paid for my rent before I got here. I knew exactly where I want to stay. I had the place inspected and different things like that by people that I knew was here. And I paid my rent up. I put money back for my Uber, looked at how much it would cost before I got here to go to different places, because I know I want to go to the gym. I know I like boxing. I know I like going to the movies and different things like that. So I went ahead and price searched those, and actually Love, Purpose, and Passports will give you a whole PDF file on all the different things that you are interested in. So it's very important to be open and honest with them on what your expectations are and what it is that you want to do. And this will be something that will feel like, damn, I need to wake up. I've only been here for a week, and I'm gonna put it like this, real lightly, very, very lightly. Every day, I do not even believe I'm here because of the amount of people that I'm meeting and all of the different activities that I get to do. And Lord have mercy.
So I hear Dia's been having a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, he's been having that fun. He's been experiencing that African DNA. You know what I'm saying? That African DNA.
You'll know when you come here. That's all I can explain, because it's YouTube. And you can only say so much on YouTube. But when you come here, if this is somewhere that you want to stay for an extended amount of time and you want to relocate to, this is somewhere that's actually going to put a smile on your face, and you're going to be happy that you made this transition. $40 can get you 2 weeks worth of food, depending on, you know, what type of food you like to eat, what you want to do on a regular basis. If you don't mind, you know, having female friends come over, cooking on a daily basis. In fact, ever since I've been here, I haven't had to cook or clean. I've been here for 7 days straight, and my friends do all the cooking and cleaning in my house. I don't have to do anything. If I want something to drink, somebody bring me something to drink. If I get a craving for some steak or some chicken or whatever, I had to bring my own seasonings because I'm accustomed to certain things, and they don't sell American seasonings here. But if I want something done, somebody's a call away. Somebody's an Uber away, and they gonna quick, fast, in a hurry, and I have my house packed with food, cooking, whatever the case may be. They gonna make it happen. That's just what type of community that this is. And if you the type of person that you want to save money, that's definitely the route to go, because the women here, they love cooking, they love cleaning. It's a part of their genetics. It's a part of their society. If they can't cook and clean, then they ain't Dominican. I'm gonna just keep it 100. And you may be talking to another gringo, but I haven't had any issues. In saving money and not having to spend, because my friends make sure that I know, like, nah, this is this amount, this is that amount. When we go out to the grocery stores, we go out to the store shopping and stuff, they like, no. They telling you nonsense because you're a gringo. This is how much it is, and this is what we paying. You ain't got to pay no more. And they're very budget friendly. Like, if I want to go out and do something, all I gotta do is tell somebody, and they like, nah, look, you only need to spend this amount. If they try to charge you more, tell them no, and don't be having none of that. And they're very forthcoming with all the information that I need. And I would like to say thank you to Love, Purpose, and Passport. Unc and Auntie, man, y'all put me on the right path, and I truly appreciate it. Without y'all, I wouldn't be able to live a lifestyle of smiles. I used to be stressed out day in and day out by finances, but with everything that I've experienced here, and I've only been here for 7 days, this is the lifestyle that I've always wanted to live. I always wanted to be able to go out and do whatever it is that I wanted at any given time, never have to count pennies and count change. And while being here, I don't have to do any of those things anymore. I live within my budget. I'm able to put my money back. And it's all because of the content that you put out that influenced me to take this plunge to go to somewhere new. Thank you.